We started with the best young debaters from across Lagos. And now, only 6 remain. 2 brilliant minds have already secured their spots in the semi-finals. But today, the final 2 spaces are up for grabs. 4 contenders, 2 fierce debates, and only the strongest will move forward. This is where champions are made.
Well, you can say that again because they have come prepared. Their arguments sharpened, their voices steady, and their minds focused. But today, the smallest mistake could mean the end of the road. Each debate is a fight for survival, and only 2 will emerge victorious.
No doubt, this is day 14 of the most intense, most competitive, most mind-blowing debate tournament on radio, the I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament. Every word must be calculated, every argument must be precise, and every debater must bring their absolute best to claim a place in the semi-final.
And you can be part of that action. We're live on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM, meaning that we're streaming worldwide on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. And you could be part of the conversation by joining Kids FM 101.7, because we're proudly broadcasting there to an even wider audience. Whether you're tuning in from your car, your home, or anywhere in the world, get ready for the intellectual showdown of the season. I'm
Femi Obong-Daniels, and with me is the ever insightful, sharp-witted, amazingly, awesomely gorgeous, and unshakable Maryann Okon.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
That's where you cue applause.
Well, Femi, let's meet the judges.
Let's meet them. Dr. Chiking Badiche is the head of Department, Mass Communication and Strategic Communication Programs, School of Media and Communication, Pan-Atlantic University. Dr. Badiche, welcome. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno, News Manager, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, Cool FM, Wazobia FM. Brilliant journalist and broadcaster. Welcome, Ufoma Egbamuno. Yvonne Ohaifo, broadcast journalist and newscaster and presenter, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, diction coach, and judge who rounds up the trinity of judges. We welcome you to Yvonne and all. Many thanks to our longtime partners, Obi-Wheezy, for their unwavering commitment to the I Beg to Differ debate competition over the years. Obi-Wheezy, Nigeria's home of brand new and pre-owned gadgets, offering customers a platform where they can purchase top quality brand new and used gadgets at the most affordable price with warranties. They also assist their customers, offering repair advisory, after-sales services, in order to meet all their major gadgetry needs. Follow them. It's at Obi-Wheezy Backup Page. Obi-Wheezy is OBIWEZY Backup Page. Maryann?
Yes, Tollywood College, as you all know, provides positive catalytic impulses to every child to stretch his or her inherent learning competencies through a self-discovery process. Above all, at Tollywood, emphasis is placed on learning and not teaching. Tollywood College believes that education is a complete process that leads to the attainment of the full potential of the child. They equip their students with life skills to face the real world, be it in planning, analyzing, team building, communicating effectively, or dealing with challenges in a confident way. You can follow Tollywood College at Tollywood_college. That's Tollywood_college on Instagram.
All right. Diamonds and Pearls. D&P Travels. Diamonds and Pearls Travel. They are our travel partners. Diamonds and Pearls. They are a multi-award winning company whose aim is to demystify travel, make it affordable and accessible by providing seamless travel services like flights, hotels, transfers, tours, packages, visa assistance, cruises, name it, claim it. Follow the Diamonds and Pearls page on IG. It's D&P Travels, at D&P Travels. All right, the national finals of I Beg to Differ season 8 will come up in July/August. Today is the final day of deciding who will represent Lagos in the national finals. The two debates today, the winner of each of these debates will not only have a chance to go to the final and try to win it after navigating the semi-final, but whoever wins today is an automatic qualifier for the national finals. So, all the best, people. You can also be a part of the national finals. It's a big deal. It's a competition where the prize money is 5 million naira. Second prize is, I think, 2 million. Third prize is 1 million. I think that's the way it is. So if you want to be a part of that, free, be a sponsor, be a partner, whatever you want to be. You can sponsor the prizes. You can sponsor topics. You can. Oh, can you sponsor topics?
No, we can't. No, we can't.
Talking about topics, wait until you see the semi-final debate topics. All right, just send us an email, info@nigeriainfo.fm. info@nigeriainfo.fm. One more time, info@nigeriainfo.fm. It's a 1 million naira prize money for the winner of this one, courtesy of Tollywood and courtesy of Obi-Weezy, a Green Lion G20 Ultra tablet. Lovely piece of work. I've seen that. Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphones also to boot. Second prize finisher will take home 500,000 naira. Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphones and Green Lion Palmer 2 RGB portable speaker courtesy of Obi-Weezy. Third prize finisher will go home with 250,000 naira. The Green Lion Stockholm smart glasses, a pair of it, and Green Lion Panama wireless earbuds. There are plenty other prizes too, like headphones and power banks, available for some of these students even when they don't make it to the top 3, and there'll be more of that as we progress. This is where you now meet the contestants for the first of 2 debates today, the final day of the quarterfinals.
All right, we start with Ifeoluwa Olaiya.
My name is Ifeoluwa Olaiya, and I'm a 15-year-old SS3 student from Wellspring College. If I could pick a public figure to join me as a debate partner, I would pick Michelle Obama, because I just love everything about her and what she represents. My ultimate goal is basically to give it my best, because it's the last shot I have since I'm in SS3. So I'm going to do what I can and leave the rest to God.
She was brilliant in a round of 16 clash against David. And here she is again, Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College, 15 years of age, SS3 student. Welcome, Ifeoluwa.
Thank you, sir.
Do you feel pumped up for this final?
Yes, I do.
I bet you do. Let's meet her opponent.
All right, here is Osigwe Dora Stephanie.
My name is Dora Osigwe Chinomso Stephanie. I am 15 years old. I'm an SS3 student of the Mescoj High School. I was inspired to join this debate tournament after hearing about it for the first time this year and realizing that it's my final year in secondary school. I need to make my mark. I need to get my push into the social world. Yeah.
Okay.
Her round of 16 debate was a massive upgrade on her round of 32. Lagos, welcome. Dora, the explorer, Osigwe of Mescoj High School, 15 years of age, SS3 students, both brilliant debaters, both same age, both same class. But if there is one thing that the next hour will prove, it's like they have very little in common until after this debate is done. So, Dora and Ifeoluwa, who is supporting the motion today?
Me.
Ifeoluwa will be supporting the motion, and that motion is on vocational training certification. Vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. Vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. Ifeoluwa Olaiya is supporting the motion. She agrees completely, most heartily. Dora is against the motion. She's opposing it, and she begs to differ.
All right. Well, ladies, you already know the drill. You both have 4 minutes each for this first round. And we're going to start with the motion supporter, Ifeoluwa.
Let's start, Maryann, right after
The break.
one more break to let Lagos know what's about to unfold.
The battle for the crown rages on. 4 debaters remain. 2 semi-final spots are left. And tonight, they will fight for it. It's day 14 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament on Nigeria Info FM, where the sharpest young minds collide in a war of words. At 4 p.m., it's a test of logic and vision as Ifeoluwa Olaiya takes on Osigwe Dora. Debating the topic, should vocational training certification be rated the same as tertiary education certification? Then at 5 p.m., it's fiery face-off as Nwaeze Celine battles Chalokwu Naomi, tackling one of the most controversial issues in governance. Should indigeneship be a critical factor in electing a state governor? The stakes are sky high. The margin for error is razor thin, and by the end of today, 2 more debaters will punch their ticket to the semi-finals. Who will dominate the studio? Who will argue their way into the next round? And who will beg to differ the best? Catch all the action live on Nigeria Info FM 99.3, streaming on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM and online at nigeriainfo.fm. Plus, we're proudly joined by Kids FM 101.7, bringing the battle of words to an even bigger audience. The quarterfinals continue, and you don't want to miss it. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Obi-Weezy, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College. For sponsorship, email info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. He's got the voice to unleash mayhem. This chap called Sheriff. He's declared war, the drums sound, and now it's time to do battle. It's 2 15-year-old SS3 students, one from Wellspring College, one from Mescoj High School. Ifeoluwa Olaiya is from Wellspring. Dora Osigwe is from Mescoj High. And now it is time for the opening of their presentation rounds. Vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Find that stream and stay there, because we will stay there on that same YouTube stream even for the second debate. When you get there, stay with us. Thank you to the guys. Facebook and YouTube, search for Nigeria Info. Follow us on X at Nigeria Info FM. The YouTube live stream will be embedded there. Plus, there is voting to come. Comment and vote. Time now for the motion supporter to commence this debate.
All right. Ifeoluwa, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Your 4 minutes starts now.
I'm Ifeoluwa Olaiya, and I firmly argue that vocational training certification, hence VTC, when accredited to meet or exceed industry standards, should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification, hence TEC, in skill-based fields where theoretical knowledge puts little or no undue advantage. To start with, accreditation defines credibility, not prestige. both university education and vocational training follow strict accreditation frameworks. For example, we have the NUC in Nigeria and the OFS in UK that determine the validity of university education certifications. In the same way, we have global bodies like Cisco and City and Guilds that determine the validity of vocational training certifications. Hence, they should be given equal legitimate hold. Secondly, industry-led training ensures job relevance. A 2023 World Economic Forum report says that 65% of university graduates lack job-ready skills. In contrast, vocational training refine their curricula in order to meet labor market demands, which shows that proving competence is what is important in this case. Thirdly, vocational certification is more rigorous in many fields. We have global leaders like global companies, like Google, Tesla, and IBM that are now prioritizing industry certifications like AWS and Cisco, CCNA, instead of university degrees or university titles. A 2023 OECD report shows that graduates from the vocational training institutes enter the workforce 60% faster with 70% less debt. Also, undervaluing VTC perpetuates class inequality. What do we mean by this? University education has now become financially inaccessible to millions of people. According to UNESCO, there has been a 500% rise in university tuitions in just 2 decades, thereby making higher education inaccessible to millions. Or by making VTC equal to TEC, we are providing an equitable path to university education and to high-paying career opportunities for many. Also, equal recognition drives economic growth. We have countries like Singapore and Germany that have already equalized vocational training certification and tertiary education certification. What's the result of this? According to the 2024 World Bank report, a 50% reduction in unemployment and a higher GDP rate, which shows that there is economic evidence that supports equal recognition. Also, the fourth industrial revolution prioritizes skills over degrees. In this 21st century, employers are now looking for proving competence and skills rather than just university titles or degrees. We have half-baked graduates. A 2025 McKinsey report shows that 50% of future jobs will require vocational skills, which shows that by refusing to give VTC equal status as TEC, we are leaving economies unprepared for the future. And finally, the digital economy is already led by VTC. A 2023 Economist report shows that 60% of top software engineers lack university degrees, which shows that by giving vocational training certification equal status as tertiary education certification, we are refusing to be economically backward, and thereby ensuring that industries have skill. Industries have people that are skilled rather than just people who have titles and have nothing to show for these titles. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant opening round for young Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College, 15 years of age, SS3 student. He supported the motion. Vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. Now that she's made her case, the motion opposer has her chance to open. She's Dora Osigwe of Mescoj High School. For 4 minutes, it's Dora's turn.
Dora, are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
Today, I'm here not just to oppose the motion, but to utterly dismantle it, to bury it so deep in logic and reality that no amount of wishful thinking can resurrect it. Now, the proposition that vocational training certification should be rated at the same level as tertiary certification is not just flawed, it's an insult to academia, to research, and to intellectual progress. Let us not pretend that knowing how to fix a car is the same as designing one. Let us not insult engineers by claiming that a plumber who installs pipes is on the same level as the one who designs the entire water system. And for the love of logic, let us not degrade our surgeons by suggesting that because one knows how to stitch a wound, he should be rated the same as someone who spent years studying human anatomy, saving lives on an operation table. And so today we gather not for a mere debate, but for an intervention, because the proposition is academic blasphemy. It seeks to flatten the hierarchy of knowledge, to suggest that skill equals scholarship, that practicality equals profundity. Can we say that a ladder and a rocket should be measured as equal simply because they both go up? Please, we reject the motion. In fact, we send it back to where it belongs, the graveyard of bad ideas never to be spoken
of again. Buckle up, because by the time I'm done, the motion will not only be defeated, it will be unrecognizable. Good day to the Ibex Stiffer moderators, unbiased panel of incorruptible judges, the accurate timekeeper, my worthy opponents, and my ever-attentive listeners. My name is Dora Osigwe from the prestigious Citadel of Learning, Mescoj High School, and I argue that vocational training certification should not for any reason be rated as equal to tertiary education certification. For the sake of comprehension, I shall refer to tertiary certifications as university degrees. Allow me to give points to back my arguments. Firstly, university degrees represent a higher cognitive and analytical ability. The U.S. Bureau of Economic Research in 2023 found that that university graduates exhibit 40% higher problem-solving abilities and 35% greater critical thinking skills when compared to vocational graduates. Tertiary institutions were not only designed to impart knowledge, but to foster intellectual dexterity. A vocational school, on the other hand, focuses on technical execution and not intellectual exploration. Next, university degrees offer greater economic mobility and lifetime earnings. The financial gap between a university graduate and a vocational graduate widens with time because a degree provides greater access to career mobility and access to leadership roles later on in life. In the aspects of career mobility, let's take a business graduate, for example. He can go into consulting, marketing, financing, policy making, or even start up a company. But his certification in carpentry only leads to carpentry. There's nothing else for him. Moving on, university degrees are required for professions that drive economic progress. Fields such as medicine, law, aerospace engineering, and artificial intelligence research are legally and structurally inaccessible to a mere vocational graduate. The shapers of human progress, surgeons pioneering robotic surgery, economists shaping fiscal policies, and engineers designing space missions are all products of university degrees, not vocational workshops. Moreover, automation threatens vocational jobs disproportionately. A global McKinsey Institute's report shows that by 2035, about 50% of vocational jobs would have been automated. This is just 10 years from now, whereas degree-based professions only face a mere 14% automation risk. Vocational schools teach specific repetitive tasks, which are the first to get replaced by artificial intelligence and robotics. A university, on the other hand, fosters adaptive reasoning and interdisciplinary problem solving, which a machine will struggle to replicate. In addition, degree holders hold a majority of leadership and executive roles. A Harvard Business Study review shows that 92% of Fortune 500 company CEOs all possess university degrees or even higher. Leadership requires strategic thinking, economic foresight, and industry-wide vision, skills that are refined in university lecture halls, skills that are refined in research papers and in thesis defense. Finally, university degrees offer global recognition and transferability. UNESCO, the OECD, and the Bologna Process Framework all ensure that a university degree is recognized globally. A vocational certificate, on the other hand, is only region-specific. Take a Harvard degree, for example. It holds weight anywhere in the world, but a plumbing certificate in Ghana holds absolutely no weight here in Lagos. The international portability of university degrees provide... Thank you.
All right. So the opening rounds are over between these two. If you have more to give, the rebuttal round will create an opportunity. It's a brilliant matchup between Osigwe Dora, who you just heard of, Mescoj High School, her school, and Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College. Both of them 15, both of them in their final high school year. Let's take a break, Maryann.
Yes, and when we return, it'll be time for the rebuttals.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning. An experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Egbe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongo Tedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Welcome to this brilliant third and penultimate quarterfinal debate of I Beg to Differ Season 8, the second Lagos regional finals, Maryann.
Yes, of course. Like we said yesterday, look, it gets hotter and hotter. For every step you climb, there's more to conquer.
Not a doubt. Not a doubt. Time for the rebuttal rounds.
Yes, of course. And now it's Dora's. Sorry. Yes, of course. We're switching. The motion opposer is going to start this round. So, Dora.
Most certainly. Special thanks to all our sponsors and partners. Obi-Weezy, Tollywood College, Diamonds and Pearls, Chrisland Schools. We appreciate your continuing patronage. Thanks to all who continue to support these debates. And
those who are intending to support, it's not too late. You can join the group of sponsors and intending sponsors. And for those of you who watch, all of you who've tuned in, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We're live on Kids FM. And of course, you can be part of the conversation. Vote, because we have polls up on Facebook, YouTube, and on X.
I am reliably informed of the firepower of the Rivers Regional Finals and the Abuja Regional Finals, and the quality of those debaters. You cannot wait. If you've heard your debaters from Lagos, wait for the national finals in July, August. That time period, it would be a bomb. Let's go to the rebuttals now.
All right. Like I said, we're going to the motion opposer. Dora, you have 4 minutes. Are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
My name is Dora Osigwe, and I am back again to rebut my opponent's point. Firstly, my opponent mentioned accreditation, that accreditation equals credibility and not prestige. I beg to differ here. University degrees are completely more credible, and they come with respect. They come with the prestige that you talk about. Next, you mentioned job relevance. What makes you think that a university degree does not equal job relevance? There are 1,000 more university degree holders who are employed, who are earning consistently 50% higher than a mere vocational graduate. Also, you mentioned that it is more rigorous. This is academic blasphemy. This is completely false. Can you compare a 6-month let's say fashion designing degree to a 4 to 10 year medical course? Absolutely not. It comes with more subjects, it comes with more tasking work and higher expectations. So you can absolutely not say that a vocational course is more rigorous than an entire university degree. Next, you mentioned Google and Tesla. As you mentioned, these companies are owned by degree holders. Elon Musk, for example, has a degree in physics and in computer science. Do you think he would have been able to get to where he got to if he did not have the foundation that a degree provided him with? Next, you mentioned debt. I'd like to say this, my dear opponents, that nothing comes easy. And besides, the benefits of a university degree are more than a vocational degree on the long run. You also mentioned high-paying jobs. This is absolutely untrue. Studies have shown us that university degrees consistently earn 50% more across industries because they possess the qualities that employers value. Also, you mentioned Singapore and Germany. These are only 2 countries. Imagine how many more countries and high-ranking seats or positions in power value and respect a degree. So why are we deceiving ourselves by thinking that a vocational certificate holds the same key? Also, you mentioned this, that it reduces vocational certifications reduce unemployment. This is absolutely untrue. Unemployment depends on the individual, his choices, and market job availability. Also, you mentioned competence. University graduates are equally and far more competent than a vocational certificate because he has broader academic depth, he has intellectual versatility, things that a mere vocational laborer lacks entirely. Also, you mentioned top software engineers, that they lack degrees. The people that provided the jobs, the people that give instructions for these top software engineers to follow are degree holders. Thank you very much. Also, what makes you think that they have nothing to show for their titles? Think of the rigorous work. Think of all of the academic rigors, the centuries that they put in. History has shown us that universities offer greater academic availability, greater academic versatility, and intellectual dexterity. So your points are absolutely groundless in telling us that a vocational degree matters more than a university degree. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I was keeping an eye on this time. Did it just fly by? Or?
No, it didn't. She has more time left.
Okay. All right. Thank you very, very much. We just heard Dora Osigwe of Mescoj High School do her rebuttal round. We'll switch now to her opponent, Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College, for her rebuttal round.
Ifeoluwa, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Your 4 minutes starts now.
In your introduction, you mentioned that placing
Rating VTC on equal level as TEC is an insult to academia and research progress. But might I remind you that university education only provides theoretical knowledge, not practical, hands-on, problem-solving, critical thinking skills. You mentioned that there's higher cognitive and analogical belief in that universities teach that. But might I remind you that intellectual dexterity is not based on a piece of paper. Not all university graduates possess intellectual dexterity or high cognitive skills. It depends on their ability to adapt. Not all university graduates are able to function in the real job market. Not all of them are able to enter the workforce because they lack the skill. Also, you mentioned higher career mobility in university, but you mentioned high career mobility, but even people that study in vocational training institutions are able to move from job to job. But by career mobility, do you mean between industries or outside of industries? You fail to specify. A software engineer can move to cybersecurity in a vocational training institution as long as he has the accreditation and the certifications to be able to do that. Also, you mentioned that it is required for professions. So that's university training is required for professions that drive economic progress. Well, I mentioned Germany, I mentioned Singapore, there's Switzerland, there's Finland. The economic progress was driven by equal recognition of vocational training certifications and tertiary education certification. Without VTC, do you think the society can function? If an innovator comes up with a particular building idea, let's say an architect that has a university degree comes up with a particular building idea, how do you think he can implement this? The world cannot see what has been innovated if they are not created. Who creates them? They are the vocationally trained people. They are the vocationally trained graduates. Also, you mentioned automation threatens vocational jobs, but it has been proven that automation threatens university degrees more than they threaten vocational training careers. For example, VTC also teaches evolution standards. So it makes sure that the people that are being taught there are evolving with industry trends. They are evolving with labor market demands. You mentioned that most university degree holders hold leadership roles. But a 2024 MIT report shows that there's a 27% rise in vocationally trained executives. We have Bill Gates, we have Steve Jobs, we have Elon Musk, we have various people that didn't have university degrees, yet they are holding executive roles and they are business cycles, they are leading industries. You mentioned that it is recognized globally and it is portable, but that is the reason for this debate. Skills should be recognized for their actual value, not just the university titles or the institution that issues a degree. You mentioned that you claim university degrees equal credibility. But credibility is not in the institution that issues a degree. It is in the accreditation bodies. They should hold equal legitimacy. As they fit industry standards. Elon Musk later went to university. I do not disagree with that. But we have people like Bill Gates. We have Coco Chanel. We have Richard Branson. We have Dell. We have Dell basically. We have various people that don't have university degrees, but they are leading industries. They are revolutionizing their industries. Mark Zuckerberg, that owns Facebook, Meta, he does not have a university degree. We have various other people, and it has been proven. It has been proven by a 2025 McKinsey report shows that by recognizing equal recognition between by giving equal recognition to VTC and TEC, we are reducing. It has led to a 50% reduction in unemployment and a higher GDP rate. So economic evidence already supports this. And university degrees provide academic breadth, not depth. They teach only theoretical knowledge. But vocational training ensures that people are well grounded in a particular field, whether it's in practical knowledge or in theoretical knowledge. So they are able to function. They are able to function maximally in whatever field or career that they choose to function in. Thank you.
All right. Brilliant. So the rebuttal rounds are finally over. You just heard Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College complete her rebuttal round. Before her, Dora Osigwe of Mescoj High School. Both students are just 15. SS3 students. It's getting hot in here.
Don't say the other part.
We ain't done yet.
Okay.
That's the other part. To be honest, my mind is not in the gutter. We'll take a break. When we come back, it will be time for the closing arguments between Ifeoluwa and Dora.
Yes.
Lagos, if you're just joining, you've missed fiery awesomeness. But there's still more to come. By the way, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live stream. It's not enough to just hear it. You got to see these kids do their thing.
Femi, I'm rethinking. I think I might go and get some skills. You're not paying me enough.
Yes, the break offers you an opportunity to do just that.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's pioneer e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. They are Nigeria's home of gadgets with warranties, where you can purchase all your favorite devices and quality accessories, both brand new and pre-owned. You can also trade in your older devices for a newer model in a simple and convenient way. With offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin, Obiwizi delivers nationwide. On Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page, on X at Obiwizi, email address info@obiwizi.com, or go to the website at www.obiwizi.com.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. In case you're just joining us, it's still the quarterfinals of the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Competition. We're streaming live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also streaming live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can catch us on Kids FM. Yes, and we have a wider audience of youngsters who are getting ready also, cooling their heels to be part of this debate competition sometime down the road, you know.
Not a doubt. And
Yes.
what hearty feeling. Noting that Maryann didn't run off during the break. He's still here. She got a job. Let's finish this job and this business, because now it is time for the closing rounds between this brilliant two, Ifeoluwa and Dora. And I think the round of applause is deserved. Well done, both of you. Now let's close this argument now, shall we?
All right, we're reverting to status quo, obviously, back to the motion supporter, and that's Ifeoluwa Olaiya. This particular round, you have 3 minutes each. Don't forget, it's not an opportunity for new points to be made. Your only duty is to convince the judges, and you have to do it pretty well.
Yeah, we're looking out for your style as well.
All right, well, Ifeoluwa, are you ready? 1 second.
Oh, yeah?
You
Let's
ready?
do this.
All right, Ifeoluwa, your 3 minutes starts now.
For centuries, we have been told that education is the key to success. For just as long, we have wrongly assumed that education must look a certain way, tied to university degrees, academic prestige, and rigid institutional hierarchies. That assumption has failed millions of talented, highly skilled professionals. That assumption has stifled innovation, deepened inequality, and limited human potential. That assumption ends today. This debate is not about whether university education is valuable. Of course it is. It's about whether it is the only legitimate path to professional success. If a vocational trained cybersecurity expert can defend a nation's infrastructure as effectively as his university trained counterpart, why then should he be seen as lesser? If a certified AI engineer can develop industry-leading algorithms, why should their qualifications be seen as inferior? These are the questions that the opposition refuses to answer. They claim that university degrees guarantee quality, yet the world's leading industries like tech, AI, cybersecurity, and aviation are already hiring based on skill, not just university titles. They also argue that vocational training is limited to trades like carpentry and plumbing. Yet the most advanced economies like Singapore and Germany have already proven that world-class professionals in highly technical fields can emerge from vocational training institutions. They also imply that university graduates are inherently more capable. Yet the world's leading companies like Google and Tesla are already hiring and prioritizing accredited skills rather than university titles. We are not calling for the abolition of university education. Rather, we are standing for a world that values professional qualifications based on their actual value, not just outdated academic elitism. Accreditation is not what determines professional quality. And it is what determines, accreditation is what determines professional quality, not the institution that issues a degree. Industry standards are what define competence, not just university gatekeeping. The most successful economies and industries already recognize this fact and are hiring based on skill. We have Germany's dual vocational system that has created a powerhouse economy by integrating vocational training with real-world practical skills. Singapore's Skills Future is doing the same, and these things are revolutionizing these companies. The future is not going to wait for our permission. This is already happening, and the sooner we realize this, the sooner we can develop our economy and develop the world in general. For how long are we going to continue measuring people by the title they hold or by a piece of paper? No economy or industry is built on a piece of paper. It's built by the people who actually know what they are doing and are able to prioritize it, which is why I believe and I firmly argue that vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant closing. By Ifeoluwa Olaiya of Wellspring College, 15-year-old SS3 student. She's made her case supporting the motion that vocational training certification should be rated same level as tertiary education certification. Her opponent, Dora Osigwe of Mescoj High School, will now close her argument opposing that motion.
Dora, are you ready? Your 3 minutes starts now.
Just 2 out of 10 individuals that lack degrees succeed, and all of your quoted research is inconclusive. It is a very gross misjudgment by saying that universities only offer theoretical knowledge. This is absolutely untrue. Take computer science students, for example. They write real-world code. Take medical students. Don't they perform practical surgeries? Please, if truly vocational certification were equal, where are its Nobel laureates? Where are its world-changing scientists? Where are its revolutionary thinkers? Would you trust a vocational trainee to handle your heart surgery or a cardiothoracic surgeon? If the certifications are truly equal, if truly knowledge can be reduced to mere execution, why do the greatest, most brilliant minds of the world still walk the halls of Harvard, MIT, Oxford, Cambridge, and not vocational workshops? We do not equate a village craftsman to an aerospace engineer simply because they both work with their hands. History will not remember the random people who installed pipes, but instead the people who design and engineer clean water systems for entire nations to use. History will not remember the random people who assemble circuit boards, but rather the person who invented the technology that powers them. Vocational certification plays a vital role, but in the grand hierarchy of knowledge, it cannot and will never share the throne with tertiary education. Why do nations entrust their economies to economists, their hospitals to doctors, their courtrooms to legal scholars, and their technological revolutions to engineers? Can a welder build a skyscraper without the blueprint from an architect with a degree? Can a mechanic design the engine of the car he repairs without relying on an engineer with a degree? Is the mind that creates medical vaccines, that creates medical cures, not supposed to be of a higher status than the hands that merely distributes them? If the higher seats of power recognize and respect degrees, why do we deceive ourselves by claiming that a vocational certification holds the same key? So I ask you, my dear opponent, if the certifications are truly equal, why are there so many differences in accomplishment? If the certifications are truly equal, why are we even having this debate? Are we ready to discredit years, if not centuries, of academic rigor in pursuit of a fallacy of equivalence? Tertiary education builds minds that innovate, create, and lead the future. Not vocational schools that merely produce hands. Hands to do what? Without the minds that give the instructions, what do these vocational workers, laborers have to do? Imagine a world without university graduates. Bridges will start to fail because of lacking technicians, because they have skilled hands and not skilled minds. Buildings will collapse. Fatal mistakes will be made in medicine. The economy will plummet fast. And all for what? Do you still deem the certifications to be equal? This is academic fallacy. It is an insult to all the things that academia stands for. Please, my opponents, recheck your points. I hope I've been able to grandly establish why a tertiary education certification will forever stand above a vocational certification. Thank you.
Thank you.
At long last, this global conflagration was threatening to lead us into World War III has ended.
Thank goodness.
And we're brutal. It's one of those times when you know, however the outcome turns out, your heart will break. What a debate. It's a debate befitting of any debate stage final.
Yeah. We've been getting a lot of finals, when it's not yet the finals.
Yeah. But this is massive. This is massive.
I love it.
Whoever loses, and I can say it's still unofficial, whoever loses this debate will probably shoot to the top of the
list.
the wild card list.
Yes.
Should it be needed for the national finals? That is how brilliant it has been, and nobody knows what will happen in the debate to come after this.
I know, and that's why I look forward to each and every one of these debates.
It gets better and better.
Yes, of course it does.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, it will be decision time. Good Lord me. I am reluctant to take that break.
Yvonne is actually ready.
Are you ready for us? Okay, we have little time, so I would rather use that time hearing Yvonne. Let's do this.
Thank you. Well done, ladies. Lord have mercy. I have goosebumps in here in this studio. I'll start with you, Dora. You say blasphemy, not blasphemy, okay? Blasphemy. When I said blasphemy, I thought you meant blast as in blast and then femi.
You want to blasphemy?
Blasphemy. So you say blasphemy, not blasphemy, okay? It is gross, not gross. Gross. Okay, gross fallacy, gross misconduct, gross whatever, gross domestic product, okay? It is gross, not gross. You also say technical. The CAL at the end is a syllabic consonant, so you swallow the A. So you say technical, and that also applies to global. You say globally, okay? Not globally, globally. You swallow the A there. And to you, Ifeoluwa, yes, you accredit, not accreditate. Okay? You accredit. Accredited, not accredited. Okay? So you accredit. And it is insult, not insult. Insult as in verb. You can insult someone, but when you do that, it is an insult to them. Do you see? So insult is the verb, insult is the noun. All right, that's an insult. Don't insult me. See the difference? Great. You also say Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. Assumption, not assumption. You said assume correctly. So the noun of that is assumption, okay? Not assumption. There's no Z anywhere in that word. It is success, not success. Success. All right? And finally, you say elitism, not eliticism. Okay? Elitism, not eliticism. The other CI doesn't exist. So it is elitism, not eliticism. Well done, ladies. Well done.
All right, just to add to you, Ifeoluwa, you say capable rather than capable. Okay? Capable. And to help you understand the assumption, in most words, so 90-something% of the time, if you have two S's, it's a C sound. Okay? Single S's can be Z, but once you see double S's, association, assumption, assume, you understand. Assess. Okay? It helps. Thank you very much. Time now for the decision. So pay attention to the judges' scoring for this debate. Oh, wahala. In the presentation round, Judge Yvonne scores it 10-9, Ifeoluwa. Judge Ufoma scores it a tie, 10-10. Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-9. Dora. It's 29-29. Second round, rebuttal round. George Yvonne scores it 10-9. Ifeoluwa. George Ufoma scores it 10-8.5. Dora. And Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-9. Ifeoluwa. And the second round is 28.5 to Ifeoluwa and 28 to Dora. So, 0.5, the difference. Final round, third round. George Yvonne scores it a tie. George Ufoma scores it 10 points to 9.5.
More news and
Dora.
information coming up.
Guys, please hold up for us, please. And Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-10. A tie. It's 30 to 29.5 advantage Dora here, erasing the 0.5 difference. So it's a tie at this point, taking us to Diction scoring, and not Chief Judge, but Diction Judge Yvonne has it at a tie. Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first ever I beg to differ student debate draw. And on that bombshell note, we'll take a break.
During this blessed month of Ramadan, we begin with faith and the spirit of giving.
Families and neighbors come together by sharing delicious meals. From jollof rice to tomato stew, from moi moi to porridge beans, every meal is specially prepared and flavorful with Onga seasoning cubes. Together, we share not just food, but love with those who need it most.
Celebrate the blessings of this holy month with Onga seasoning cubes. Onga, for great taste and aroma.
Education is a key driver for growth for any economy. With the increased use of technology in various sectors, it's time to beam the spotlight on how technology can be used to strengthen the education sector, level the playing field, and make education accessible for all. Join us on EdTech Mondays on Nigeria Info Lagos at 6:45 a.m. every Monday as we discuss the key education stakeholders on emerging topics in education and the use of technology for addressing any challenges. EdTech Mondays is brought to you by MasterCard Foundation and Co-Creation Hub Nigeria.
Aisha, why do you have so many teas and sachets of cowbell?
Oh, it's what I plan to share this Ramadan.
My sister, you can start by sharing some with me now.
Oh yeah, take. It's Ramadan after all.
In this holy month, share the nourishing goodness of cowbell with friends and family. It contains vitamin B9, Vitarich, and it's so creamy, so good. Ramadan Kareem.
Cowbell of creamy goodness.
Mama, I dey hungry.
Yes, my pikin. Oya, go change. Make you come chop.
My children are my life, but I know say they need to eat well to do well. Since I discover Maggi soya chunks, to add protein to my food don't dey easy.
Now, I no dey worry whether them get protein for food, because with Maggi soya chunks, I fit give them protein for food.
Protein every day for my family.
life is always full of wahala, but there is music, passion, feelings, and good vibes. Take a ride with InDrive app to get there on your own terms. You decide what your life will be full of and choose a fair price for this ride. InDrive. The InDrive online passenger transportation aggregator is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.indrive.com.
Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Mama, I like calm. It's him be say you like calm. I tell you say he no good for you, but you see they talk say you like calm. My pikin. You know say I go always get your back, but you just shine your eye well, take carry better thing. Like the new Golden Penny soya and vegetable oil where they for brand new packaging.
The new Golden Penny soya oil contains vitamins A, D, and E with omega-3 and 6 and 0 trans fat. It is available for different sizes. Buy your own for retail store where they near you. Golden Penny oil. Eat well, live well.
The holy month of Ramadan is upon us. As we embark on this journey, let's not forget to show love through sharing. This Ramadan, stay ahead with Dairy Power from Suhoor to Iftar. Join us every Monday to Friday as we explore the spiritual and physical benefits of the month, plus exciting recipes. Catch us on our YouTube page, Hollandia Dairy Nigeria, and on Dadinkowa, Faranwata, Sunna TV, Arewa TV, and African Magic Hausa TV stations. Ramadan Mubarak from Hollandia.
Battle for the crown rages on. 4 debaters remain. 2 semi-final spots are left. And tonight, they will fight for it. It's day 14 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament on Nigeria Info FM, where the sharpest young minds collide in a war of words. At 4 p.m., it's a test of logic and vision as Ifeoluwa Olaiya takes on Osigwe Dora, debating the topic: should vocational training certification be rated the same as tertiary education certification? Then at 5 p.m., it's fiery face-off as Nwaeze Celine battles Chalokwu Naomi, tackling one of the most controversial issues in governance: should indigeneship be a critical factor in electing a state governor? The stakes are sky high. The margin for error is razor thin, and by the end of today, 2 more debaters will punch their ticket to the semi-finals. Who will dominate the studio? Who will argue their way into the next round? And who will beg to differ the best? Catch all the action live on Nigeria Info FM 99.3, streaming on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM and online at nigeriainfo.fm. Plus, we're proudly joined by Kids FM 101.7, bringing the battle of words to an even bigger audience. The quarterfinals continue, and you don't want to miss it. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Obi-Weezy, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Christian Schools. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College. For sponsorship, email info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
We are treading in uncharted territory, at least in this season of I Beg to Differ. I did say it was our first ever draw. Not entirely correct, but we haven't had a draw since before maybe season 5 or season 4 or something like that. I have never observed a draw in my time in the studio here, so this is a big deal and quite understandably, comment sections on all our social media platforms have blown up.
Yes. Brilliant. Someone says it's a spectacular show. Spectacular.
The ramifications of this result are immense. It means we'll go into a tiebreaker round. It is a 5-minute tiebreaker round, one-time take, where the two contestants switch sides. They switch sides on the same topic. The current motion supporter will now oppose the motion. The current opposer will now support the motion. Just one take. And that will be it. These young girls are furiously taking notes as I speak with you. We'll buy them some time.
Yeah.
Do you have a few comments?
We have too many comments.
Former and Devon's 6 o'clock news are endangered species as we speak right now.
The flagship here on YouTube Live says, Dora, it's cold where I live, but the fire you're spitting from the studios has begun to warm up the temperature. You dismantled the motion and says, great job. Another person here says...
somebody actually said it. Somebody had said earlier that it would be an inconclusive debate. Yeah, I'm looking for that. I saw it.
Actually, yes. Adelaya Adebayo said, I would have loved to see them switch sides. I kind of feel...
It was Dan Moses who said...
Yeah. He said, I kind of feel that there are more points on the side of Dora. Someone says the both of them are winners. They should go further for another round. Well, you got your wish. There is another round.
Interesting comments. Let me quickly check WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Mr. Femi and Maryann. Emmanuel from Shomolu. These young ladies are confusing me. When I thought to have heard the most convincing position, the bump is thrown to the works from the other end. Simply amazing. 100%. They have both been. I love their minds. Kudos. Thank you all for the brilliant walk. Kayode from Ikotu says, wow, really the best and the hottest tie ever. Thanks for the foresight of Femi on this tie. Hasn't had nothing to do with me. It's the judges. Really a final and a quarterfinal. Quite unfortunate. I was held bound to my radio in the restroom.
Someone here says, INEC has failed us. We should have called them to help decide these results.
Interesting. I beg to differ. This Osigwe girl and the Tollywood College girl representative are for the final. Nobody will tell me anything else. John from Lagos Island adding, these two contestants are well prepared. The tie result is just it. The winning will come in extra time. The next debate.
So Gift from Aja says both girls are good debaters. Please don't let them go.
Good Lord. Somebody's This debate is great. Salma from Abuja, well done to them. And Patrick Abel says, I experienced this feeling last 2 years. Patrick Abel. These kids are brilliant. Both did well. Congratulations to these kids. Femi and Maryann, we are stuck to this dial for life. Let the best debater win. Edozie Din Naji. Thank you very much.
Lily the Valley says, spectacular. I saw this coming, and she says, well done, girls.
All right. We're buying the girls some few minutes. Let's take one quick break. When we come back, it will be time.
Go time.
It will be time to go, no doubt.
Diamonds and Pearls Travels is a multi-award winning company whose aim is to demystify travel, make it affordable and accessible by providing seamless travel service like flights, hotels, tours, transfers, packages, visa assistance, cruises, and so much more. And this Easter, Diamonds and Pearls Travels have 2 destinations for families where they are guaranteed to have maximum fun because they have selected 2 destinations that will wow you and your kids. And they call it Easterlicious in Qatar from the 16th to 23rd of April, and also Easterlicious in Egypt from the 15th to 21st of April. These La Familia packages are for only families with children. So daddies and mommies, for inquiries or booking, call Diamonds and Pearls Travels on 0902 521 5421. Again, 0902 521 5421. Or you can call 0813 741 23 2306 0813 741 2306. So what are you waiting for? Be part of this beautiful experience. Diamonds and Pearls Travel Limited are proud sponsors of I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It doesn't get any easier. Today, one last time in the quarterfinals, words become weapons, logic is tested, and each of these last quarterfinal contestants will have to prove they belong in the next stage. We thought we would have been done with Ifeoluwa and Dora. They are still here, and there are still two more contestants to go. It's not just about speaking well. It's about owning the argument, dismantling your opponent's points, and standing firm in the face of pressure. The best debaters know that the right argument, delivered with precision and confidence, can be the difference between victory and defeat. So, contestants, Ifeoluwa, Dora, and the two finalists, quarterfinalists to come after you, take your positions. And listeners, fasten your seatbelts, because it is the last uhuru for these two next, to be followed by the last debate of the quarterfinals. Every word that has been spoken today has mattered, and every word still to be spoken will matter. Every fact must be precise, and each of these two last quarterfinal debaters who will come after these, and these two who have drawn their tie, must bring their absolute best if they want to survive. The competition has never been this intense, and the studio is already buzzing with anticipation. The question remains, who will outthink, outtalk, and outshine the competition? We're about to find out, Maryann.
Yes, of course, and that will be determined in the next 10 minutes.
No doubt. So it's 5 minutes for each of these two contestants. 5 minutes. No first, second, or third round. No rebuttal. No closing. Just you and the clock. You just bring us in and bring your A game here as much as possible. I'm sure the chief judge will probably have been looking at the scorecard to see whether it needs to be tweaked. Otherwise, the judges' scoring will just be sent to us on the judges' group.
Yes.
I'm not sure what has been determined, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
All right.
Dora, Ifeoluwa, are you both ready?
Well, Dora, you're starting now because now you are the motion supporter. Your 5 minutes, are you ready?
Yes.
Starts now.
I am Dora Osigwe, apparently here to support the motion, and I couldn't be happier. I will begin immediately. Vocational certification prepares individuals for a specific field. In universities, they are taught some subjects which are absolutely irrelevant to the courses, to the professions that they actually eventually venture into. With a vocational certification, we're telling employers, I am fully trained in this field and so should be employed because I can provide skillful execution. Next, vocational certifications guarantee employment. That's why we have more employed skilled laborers than university graduates who spent decades in school. Imagine that, a 10-year course, and for what? They begin to search for jobs later. Moving on, vocational certification should be equal because accreditation equals credibility and not prestige. Employers value skilled hands and workers over those who merely sit behind computers all day. The certification should be equal because there is equal effort. There are vocational graduates, for example, are on the field, constantly working, constantly trying to prove themselves, constantly being given more challenging work. Who builds? let me ask you, who takes action? University degrees without the people to implement their policies is absolutely useless. Vocational certificate holders build our future with their hands. Google and Tesla absolutely value skilled employers who can work with their hands over university graduates. Vocational certification equals competence, and the success rate of its holders far surpass that of a degree. The greatest countries, such as Singapore, Germany, Finland, Asia, constantly look for people to drive their progress, people with vocational certificates. The certification should absolutely be rated on par. I stand firmly in support of the motion because that is the only way our society, our nation, can thrive. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for your debate. We will now switch the pendulum. That was Dora, by the way. Dora Osigwe of Mescoj High School, 15 years of age, SS3 student. The pendulum now swings our opponent's way. Ifeoluwa Olaiya is from Wellspring College, and she will now go.
Ifeoluwa, your 5 minutes starts now.
I am Ifeoluwa Olaiya, and I firmly oppose the motion that vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education certification. Do you want to compare doctors, lawyers, and engineers to carpenters, plumbers, and to carpenters and plumbers? No, we can certainly not compare that. Firstly, accreditation bodies have proven higher credibility in university graduates. We have bodies like the NUC that have proven that the ability of university graduates often exceeds those of vocational training graduates. Why? Because these university graduates have acquired enough knowledge and skills to be able to function well in the particular field that they are working in and in various other fields. Secondly, career mobility is easier for university students. For example, you have science students, somebody that studies a science course in university. They can easily switch between industries. They can go from cybersecurity they can go from medicine to something like surgery or neurology. Various science fields that are and this is brought about because universities teach various fields. So you are not only focused on a particular course of study, you are learning various things that can help you to switch between careers and not just stay on a particular career path. So if one career isn't doing well, you can easily switch once you get accreditation. Also, it improves thinking skills, recall and problem solving skills. A 2022 Harvard study shows that university graduates often have higher cognitive ability than vocationally trained graduates because their expertise is in skills that require hands-on practice, not knowledge-based situations, basically. Also, tertiary education drives innovation and economic progress. A McKinsey studies have proven that through research, assessments, and many more, people can create new innovations. Economies and industries are built through learned people. We have people like Albert Einstein, various people that have revolutionized various industries through their innovations. Why? Because they were learned. They acquired theoretical knowledge, not just skill-based knowledge. Also, industries like medicine and law can never be automated. A 2022 World Economic Forum report shows that vocational training certification risks automation by 2030, which shows that instead of focusing on hands-on skills that might even be eliminated by a particular period of time, we should focus on the things that we know they stay for a long time, basically. Also, entry into university shapes individuals positively. Though there are people that leave universities during the course of their university studies, but the knowledge that they've acquired from the university is more beneficial than any knowledge they can acquire from any vocational training institute or anywhere else. We have people like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. They're able to make the changes they are making now because they were in the university and they had acquired a particular set of knowledge and skills. Also, tertiary education certifications are more globally and internationally recognized. A certificate from universities like Harvard, Yale, and MIT will be more recognized than a vocational training certification. Also, universities update their curricula to fit global demands, not just industry demand. They provide value for the money that you are paying. University degrees are also more employable. A 2023 study shows that a cybersecurity experts in a tertiary education and in a vocational training institution cannot be compared, because what they will learn in a university is greater than what they will learn in a vocational training institute. They will acquire theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge, hands-on expertise to be able to work in a real world situation, or to be able to function in an actual workforce. Also, their degrees prove credibility. 77% of university graduates receive employment, while only 13% of vocationally trained graduates are able to receive employment. Why? Because university graduates are more knowledgeable, they are more skilled, they are able to function better in this field that they are functioning in. Also, university courses cannot be compared with vocational training courses, because the uni teaches a more broad and more encompassing courses. Political office often require tertiary education certification, not vocational training certification. You see people going for presidency, people going for governorship, they ask for their tertiary education certification, not their vocational training certification. If somebody studied plumbing or they were an apprentice for someone, do you think they will have a higher advantage when going for a political office than someone that actually went to university and has degrees, maybe even masters and PhD? University graduates, thank you.
All right, it finally ends. And it's down to the judges. Lagos. We must appreciate the amount of mind shifting, mind bending it requires.
And it was on the spot. It was not prepped.
It was on the spot.
Yes.
And remember too, at this stage of the competition, the students are not particularly told to prepare for both sides of the arguments, as in their first round, where they prepared for both sides, which would have given them an edge in the rebuttal in the case of a tiebreaker. So it would have been tough for these kids to have, if I was one of them, the clever thing I would have done, take my opponent's rebuttal notes, make those points, and then look for one or two to add to it.
Yeah, and just expatiate on it. Look, I love it. I love how these kids have been thinking on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you don't think that kids this age can do.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Yes.
They're brilliant.
Well, we're waiting on the judges now.
Waiting for the judges to finish their scoring.
Let's see where the pendulum swings.
All right. I think we have two of the judges' score. They don't tell us. We see your score, but you need to reconfirm who your vote is for. Judges. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me go back and check with are you ready for this, Lagos? Anyway, the final decision has been made. We only need read them to your hearing now. Did you check how social media has voted?
Yes, of course. I have the polling, but I was just waiting for the results.
Why not just share that with us?
Okay. So we had polls up on X, on Facebook, and on YouTube. On YouTube, Dora Osigwe has 53%. Ifeoluwa Olaiya, 46%. On X, we have Ifeoluwa Olaiya with 43.2%. Dora Osigwe with 56.8%. And on Facebook, we have Ifeoluwa Olaiya with 35% and Dora Osigwe with 65%.
So Dora bosses the voting for